Oh, what's up? Really? You thinking about working for Western Express? Man, that's a gutter company, man. That's bottom of the barrel. Man, that's a second chance company. Man, you must be a felon, man. Man, what? What type of accident did you get into? Oh, man. You must be a rookie. Yep, that's right. So my review's on Western Express, and if you've done much research or any research into this company, let me go ahead and tell you that that's the reputation that they have. All right, and that is to a degree, yeah, it's the truth. Western Express is for, you know, is for three people really, in my opinion. New drivers, all right, and that's what I did. I was a new driver there for 6 months. People who fucked their shit up, all right, tickets, accidents, lost their job at Swift or Schneider, so now they're at Western Express. Or they just got out of jail and they got something serious on their record. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and give you my experience, and through my experience I hope to answer some questions that maybe you have, and I'm going to try and keep this short. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. This is going to be a brief overview of my experience with Western Express. Alright, so yeah, prior to me going to Western Express, it was my first driving job. I got my CDL in 3.5 weeks, and I went to 2 other orientations, and honestly, I just didn't know how to back, and I couldn't even get past the orientation because the companies that I went to were a little bit better companies. Let's say some of the so-called better companies out there. McElroy, Watkinson, Shepherd, and you had to pass a backing test before they even let you on with a trainer at McElroy, and Watkinson Shepherd really didn't even have an over-the-road training program. So if you couldn't back, you couldn't, pass the backing test, and you were kind of just screwed. So after those 2 orientations, I needed an ace in the hole. I needed a chance to drive, right? I needed to drive. I needed to get my training. And here I am going to orientations, and I can't, I'm not even on the road, man. So I had been talking to a recruiter, and she pretty much told me, listen, we don't road test over here, so we already know you don't know shit about driving, so we're going to put you with the trainer right off the bat. So I said, at this point, I said, I don't give a shit. If you all give me a chance, if you all give me my third chance, second chance, first chance, depending on how you look at it, I'll come drive for you. All right, so I went over there. So this is how it went. They're probably going to give you a bus ticket, all right? They're probably going to give you a bus ticket, and I drove, though, because I had a sister in Nashville. They're going to put you in a hotel called the Hallmark Hotel on Trinity Lane, and it's in probably the worst neighborhood, in the worst section of Nashville. So let me, is it a dirty hotel? What do you define as dirty, right? Okay, for me, is it how my house would be or how I would run a hotel? No. But is it filthy? No. Are there cockroaches? Yeah, there's some cockroaches, so don't look for them, but they'll probably find you, right? They have a Jack in the Box, a Waffle House, maybe a couple other fast food places within walking distance. They also have a sports bar right next door. If you're kind of into the whole hood thing, all right, you like to get down like that, maybe sip on a little bit of Hennessy at the end of your your day of orientation, okay? You can get down over there. It gets a little rough. I've saw the police over there almost every night. So it wasn't really my spot, but I don't know. Maybe my complexion or my balls were not big enough to step into step over there. But I didn't see with my own eyes, but a guy did get stabbed right in front of the hotel. It just got opened right up, and there's prostitution and drug dealing, drug addicts in the vicinity. So if you go outside your hotel room, that's what you're walking into. But you're really close to downtown Nashville, so if you got a little bit of extra money, your $6 Uber ride down there, because don't drink and drive, that would just be stupid being a truck driver. But so orientation went like this. It was like 3 to 4 days long, and it's really boring but really easy, and you show up every day and you sit in these classes, and basically you listen to whatever their safety is, and they talk about logs, and they kind of just give you, they kind of just walk you through the nonsense. Some people really hate the orientation because you're just standing around all day. But it's easy, man, right? And you're getting paid $50 a day. Wow. Come on. So, some people, they like, oh man, I'm gonna leave this orientation, this is bullshit. Yeah, maybe it is bullshit, but come on, man. It's easy, so you stick it out, you get through it, then they're gonna put you with a trainer. 50-50 chance your trainer's going to be an asshole. But this is across the trucking industry as a whole. It might be, maybe it's 60-40. It's probably, the trainers are probably a little worse at Western Express. And when I say worse, I don't mean they don't know how to drive. I think Western Express actually probably has some of the best drivers out there. But I'm talking about they're probably a little rough around the edges, right? So, because who does this company attract? A lot of second chance people, But anybody, you can have a great driver, and any day he just has a bad day, and now he's working at Western Express, right? So, and there's some guys, from, maybe got a little bit, maybe you're one of these guys, you got a rap sheet or something. Hey, man, that's nothing wrong with that. Western Express is doing what more companies need to do, which is they need to give people an opportunity to get employed, man, and make a living, okay? People shouldn't have to carry around their past over their fucking head the rest of their life. That's what's wrong with this country. We can't expect people like, hey, why don't you have a decent job? But then you can't get a decent job. You can't even get a job truck driving because what? Because you made some mistakes. So Western Express gives everybody a chance, man, and I think that's awesome. And they don't hold your hand, and it's a little rough around the edges, like the type of people that work there. It's an aggressive company. My DM was somewhat aggressive. I met a lot of assholes there, but at the same time, they give everybody a chance. And if you can get it for yourself, man, you can get it over there at Western Express, okay? So I got with a trainer in the first week. Me and him almost got into 2 altercations, and I ended up walking off the truck with him in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I just said, you know what, I've had enough. I'm done with the abuse. So anyways, they had somebody come pick me up, and they took me to the terminal in Bethlehem, and I stayed there for like 4 or 5 days waiting for my new trainer. And if you go to orientation in Bethlehem, I can't speak to that because I went to the one in Nashville, which is the bigger orientation. But they put you in a nicer hotel. It's a Days Inn, and it's right downtown Easton, and they got some really cool restaurants and some cool bars there. And Easton's like one of my favorite little small towns, man, because it's got a lot going on, and it's really popping off on a Friday or Saturday night for a town that size. There's some pretty girls there too. So I had a good time while I was there. And the second trainer that I had from Queens was awesome, and he's a great trainer. I'm just thankful that he was my trainer, and he taught me how to drive, right? And I did 3 weeks over the road with him, and after that, I was lucky. Whenever I was in orientation in Nashville, I made a good friend over there, and we decided to team drive. So I'm going to give you my experience, but it was a team experience. And while you're at orientation at any of these places, there's probably a chance, if you're looking to team drive, that you can maybe talk to people and kind of network a little bit. Maybe find somebody else that wants to make a little bit more money, because in this business of trucking, team driving is definitely more profitable, in my opinion, than solo driving. So we ran pretty good while I was there, probably 45 to 55, maybe 45 to 5,000 miles a week. We got paid 46 cents a mile, and it worked out pretty good. I was taking home like $875 to $950 a week take home. That's awesome, man, because I just came out of CDL school. I learned how to drive it a month later. I'm making that type of money. We ran pretty hard. A lot of Amazon. One thing I can say about Western Express has nothing to do with express shipping west, okay? I went out west a couple times, but overall it's an East Coast heavy, Northeast specifically heavy company. That's where you're gonna do your business, man. And that's twofold as a new driver, okay? Because getting into this business, it's going to be hard to run up Northeast, man, because drivers are assholes, and Western Express does business with a lot of smaller companies, smaller shippers, smaller receivers. So you're going to really have to, man, that learning curve on your backing, well, it's going to be a curve for you, and you're going to come across it really quick, okay? So that's a good thing. It's going to suck because it's going to be hard, but it's going to be good because you're going to have to learn really quick. So after my 6 months of driving at Western Express, there was like, even though I hadn't been out west yet, there was really no driving that really intimidated me, right? And because I did so much of the Northeast, and anybody will tell you that's really the hardest driving to do. There's so many assholes up north, and we all know that. um, but so my DM over there, he was an asshole. And he really was. And, you know, we would shit talk each other, and we got into a few arguments and disagreements, but he was a cool guy. And I feel like that's the thing with Western Express. It's a little rough around the edges. It's like my DM. It's like a lot of people that work there. I'm not saying it's not really, it has a reputation. It's not necessarily so fair, because, yes, people there are a little rough around the edges, but whenever I left, my DM wanted me to come back. And, you know, he was a cool guy, and although sometimes he would be an asshole to me, I would be an asshole to him. You know, at the same time, we had a really good relationship, and he kept things interesting. And I'm pretty sure if I wanted my job back there, I know if I wanted to go back to Western today, I'd have a job there for sure. And, you know, if my DM wanted to, he'd probably help me get back on. You know, not that I would need any help to go there again, but... You know, so, you know, is Western Express a company for you? You know, it just depends on what your options are and who you are as a person. Western Express is a different company because if you are a little bit of rough around the edges, if you don't speak so well, if you like to talk a little bit of shit, if you are a little bit of a hothead, you can get away with it at Western Express. Okay? The second company I worked for, I kind of brought that mentality over, and I had to adjust to that. Okay, so the culture is different there, but it works out well for certain people because there's people there that stay there and they could make more money other places, but I know the reason that they don't go is because they really fit into that culture. So depending on your background and where you're from or whatever, it could work out for you. It could work out for you over there. If you're a type of person that you're looking for, like, you know, the whole professional and, you know, more professional experience, more corporate experience or whatever, and maybe get paid a little bit more, then, you know, Western Express is probably not the place for you. But, you know, if you're a new driver and you don't get butthurt easily, and you just, you know, you're like me, you like an adventure, you like a challenge, and you don't mind being in that type of environment, then, you know, it could be the way to go. And if you've messed your driving record up, or like, for instance, say you kind of have a poor driving record, you're a new driver, but you have a poor driving record in your personal vehicle, okay, getting into this business, and you're not getting accepted even by like Swift or Schneider or something like that, they're going to take you. If you're a felon or something like that, or you got like a rap sheet that's pretty lengthy, you know, they're going to take you, and you're going to get a chance to drive. And I think that more people need to recognize that Western Express does give these people opportunities. I think Western Express would be a better company if they realized that they did have drivers who were capable of, you know, who were a little bit better, like wanted a little bit more professionalism. They need to do something to keep those drivers, because there are drivers there that were like me, who were just solid professional drivers, but they leave, you know, and they want to know why they can't change the company. I think that there could be improvements. Definitely there is a lot of room for improvement there. So, you know, that's my review of Western Express. You know, you can take it, you can leave it, my opinion. You know, all I can say is comment, subscribe, share, and I'll be back with another video soon.